Maker's Mark is at it again. I mean, they're always coming out with bangers. But with the 2024 release of Cellar Aged, it's got some older barrels in the batch than the previous release, the inaugural release in 2023. So if you want to know how it stacks up against the OG, then stick around.
True fashion, because we love full disclosure, we have to tell the people where this bottle came from.
Okay, where'd it come from?
This bottle was offered to us by Goody Liquor.
Ooh, our buddies over at Goody.
Yeah, in exchange for an ad read. And if you don't know who Goody is, they're your Texas-based neighborhood liquor store that has all your favorite beverage needs covered. They've got your favorite everyday whiskey, single barrels, and the occasional allocated item, plus thousands more items for you to discover.
Yeah.
They have an enormous selection of spirits outside of bourbon, wines from all over the world, and beer for every palate, and all the ingredients you need for a cocktail. So pick up your go-tos or discover a new favorite with help from their knowledgeable staff. Goody has many convenient locations, and their size allows you to pass some savings on to you. So on average, when you shop at Goody, you pay less.
Yeah.
Ask about becoming a Bottle Club member because you get exclusive access to allocated items and discounts on everyday purchases. Visit Goody or go to goodygoody.com today.
A great place to go, like for holiday shopping, right?
For sure.
You got those holiday cocktails, parties you're hosting. Go check out Goody if they're in your area. They've got the greatest selection at the great prices.
All right. So we did pay for this bottle.
Yep.
So it wasn't given to us for free. But we kind of have that marketing arrangement with them.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the story behind the Maker's Mark Cellar Age. So Maker's Mark is interesting because they rotate their barrels around their aging warehouse, which causes remarkable consistency in barrel flavor. So, we all love doing single barrel selections, but part of what makes those barrels vary from one another is the different aging environments in the different areas of the warehouse. So if you move the barrels around, one, it's super expensive to do so, but two, you end up with a more consistent product.
Yeah.
And this is what makes the Maker's Mark Cellar Age special release a little bit different from what you normally see from Maker's Mark, because Maker's Mark wanted to engage in, getting whiskey enthusiasts excited with special releases, but their barrels didn't vary enough, so they couldn't just do a single barrel program.
Right, yeah.
So they started their wood finishing projects, right?
Good
so
stuff.
we got, Maker's 46, and then they do the, annual different wood finishing series. Yeah. It's been some pretty interesting stuff, but they've never attempted a limited edition due to age, because it generally goes against the philosophy of Maker's Mark, which is consistent, soft, sweet bourbon that isn't too bitter, right? But they do use a soft red winter wheat in the mash bill instead of rye, which is going to give it a little bit softer notes. It's going to have more of a citrus component and less clove, nutmeg, cinnamon, those types of spices.
Yep.
In 2016, they opened up their limestone cave cellar.
So it's a real cellar.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Have you been there? I can't remember if I took
so
you.
Maker's Mark is one of the places one of the distilleries I have not been yet.
Yeah, so when you walk in, it's basically a 3-sided building, and the back wall is a sheer cliff of a limestone wall.
Oh, awesome.
And it allows them to maintain a pretty even temperature there of about 47 degrees. And that's right at about the temperature that whiskey doesn't interact with the barrel very much. If it gets too much colder than that, it won't interact at all. And so this means that they could take their barrels that were aged to their standard profile, which is around 6 years, and then move them into the cellar and allow the whiskey time to esterify. And so
fun word.
Yeah, so esterification, basically there are different compounds that get thrown off in the distillation process that make their way through or the fermentation process that make their way through the distillation process. And given time, those compounds can combine and make new flavors. And many of the fruit flavors that you taste are developed during that aging process.
Yeah.
But if you age whiskey in a barrel for too long, it can become bitter because it extracts bitter compounds called tannins out of the oak. And so they actually found a process where they could take the whiskey, put it in the cellar. It's not interacting with the wood very much, but it does give it time for esterification.
Yeah.
And so it develops kind of a more fruitier profile without steering too far away from their original intent of having consistent, sweet, easy to drink whiskey.
Now, I know the inaugural batch was a huge hit. Mm-hmm. Now, this second batch that came out this year, did they make more of that than they did the year before?
They actually told us how much they made of the 2023. They didn't tell us how much they made of the 2024, but the rumor is that they made it easier to find by making more of it.
Okay.
So before we get into the bottle details, let's take a quick moment to thank the patrons.
Absolutely. Because, we wouldn't be here without them.
We wouldn't be here without them. So patrons are individuals that donate on a monthly basis, and everybody's names that you see right now on your screen are contributing at the top 3 levels. And we provide a lot of free educational content and, quite honestly, just a bunch of goodwill in the whiskey community. Mm-hmm. And it wouldn't be possible without supporters from patrons. So if you want to hear more about that program, stick around to the end and we will talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's get into some more of the details on each individual bottle here. Okay, SKUs, age, that sort of thing, proof points. What are we looking at?
So this particular release is the makersmark Cellar aged. It is 85% 13-year barrels and 15% 12-year barrels.
Okay.
So last year was a little younger than that. The proof this year, because it's cask strength, is 119.3 proof. The mash bill is 70% corn, 16% wheat, and 14% malted barley, which makes it possible for them to not use enzymes in their fermentation process because they have enough malted barley to get enough enzymes to convert the sugars from the rest of the grains.
As far as barrels go, char level 3?
I think that it's a char 3. Okay. But they're air dried staves.
Oh,
so
nice.
Remember a few years ago when E.H. Taylor came out with that special release that was like air dried staves, and everybody lost their minds, and the bottle started trading for $1,800 or something like that. This standard product has that same process.
Okay, so
except for I think those were air dried for, I can't remember how long they were, but these were air dried for a year.
Wow.
And so air drying is an alternative to kiln dried wood. So once they cut the staves, they can put them in a kiln, and the environment's controlled, and it's meant to extract the moisture out of the oak. If you do it in the open air, it takes a whole lot more time. But the belief is it removes some of the bitter flavors from the oak, and it might produce a better tasting whiskey.
Wow.
And so after they get that air dried char 3 barrel, their barrel entry proof is 110, which is pretty low for Kentucky standards.
Okay.
And that's going to make it so that you're going to have a little bit more water that's in the barrel during the aging process. And water and alcohol tend to pull different flavor compounds out of the oak. So you can get a more flavorful whiskey going in at a lower barrel entry proof, but it also makes your storage costs go up because you have to have more barrels to store the same amount of ethanol, if that makes sense.
Makes sense to me. If you can find any of these bottles, what are the price points at?
MSRP on this is $150.
Okay.
And it is still a 750 ml. They did change the laws recently, and it is possible to bottle this in a 700 in the U.S. now, so that they can have one bottle for both Europe and the U.S. But they've done what I consider the right thing and kept it in a 750 ml. Wes, what are you doing?
Dude, Jake, our BRTC friend?
Yeah.
I'm getting him some stuff for Christmas. I'm doing a little Christmas shopping.
Yeah? What are you going to get him?
I'm thinking they've got these really cool whiskey stones that are you put them in the freezer for a while and then, put them in your glass and they're kind of chill your whiskey.
Do you know Jake?
Yeah, he's like one of my best buds.
Yeah. Have you ever seen him drink his whiskey any way but neat?
No.
Okay, well, that's probably not the best
Okay, yeah, all right, you're right. Okay, so rocks glasses. I'll do they've got these really cool new style glasses. They're got this cool shape to them. I'm gonna do those.
He has 1 million whiskey glasses. He doesn't need more glasses for sure.
Well, I don't know what to get him then. Okay.
Okay. Well, I've got some ideas.
Okay, what? Tell me. What do I need to
Bourbon Real Talk has some really nice sample storage boxes.
He does like samples. He's getting samples from, he's in the BRTC, so he's getting samples from people all the time.
Yeah. So there's several different sizes, but these are decorative wooden boxes that were designed to hold either 1 or 2 ounce sample bottles.
Okay.
And some of them are actually designed to be more like a gift, right?
Yeah.
So there's a space for you to store a whiskey tasting glass, along with some samples, so you can give those to a friend.
Perfect.
And then some of them are just to store all of the samples that you get being a good whiskey enthusiast member.
And I'm actually, I've got a great idea. I'm going to get this like engraved, like with his like name or something special on top.
Great news. We just purchased a giant commercial laser, and for a nominal fee, you can have either logos, pictures, words. You can select your own font. You can have all of that engraved right here.
Yes, I'm going to do a picture of me, like real big right here, so he always can remember how great of a friend I am.
That is a great idea. He could just put something right on top.
All right. Well, so they go to bourbonrealtalk.com. I'm just going to do that.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Go to bourbonrealtalk.com and pick up your storage box today.
All right. You can thank me later, Jake. I intentionally don't want to know which one's which, because I've heard a lot of hype on last year's.
Okay.
And I want to see for myself which one tastes better to me.
That'll be interesting.
Okay. Why? Because you tricked me and put both of them in the same bottle.
It's not like I haven't done it before. There's someone off camera that I did that to. You can hear her laughing.
Gotcha. Okay. I think I have a winner.
Okay. Which one? Slide it forward.
1, 2, 3. Tiesies. I think this one. Which one is this?
This is the 2024. This is the new one.
New one? Okay.
Yeah. And so
I want to hear from you first. What are you picking up? What differences are you picking up, and why would you slide that one forward?
So neither one of them have a lot of bitter barrel char notes, which is a testament to the cool aging environment. And also the air dried staves. But the one that spent a little bit more time in the cave has more fruit notes in the mid palate to me.
Yeah. And
those fruit notes just make the palate more rounded. And so I'm not even sure what the fruit notes are. It's just really good tasting whiskey.
So I was going to say, you kind of helped clarify my head, the mid palate area, because I was just picking up more flavor for a longer period of time with the second one.
Yeah,
the first one, the flavor is there, but it's kind of fleeting a little bit, and it's a little bit more overpowered with a little bit of heat. Mm-hmm. And the second option, to me, that flavor stuck around for a little bit longer, and I was able to really enjoy it. Now, picking up the actual fruit notes,
it's definitely cherry. There's a good bit of cherry in there.
Definitely cherry.
I got something when I first tasted it. I got something that reminded me a little bit of grape.
Have you ever had chocolate covered cherries?
Yes.
So it almost like those holiday chocolate.
Yeah,
it almost
with the cream filling.
Yeah, it almost tastes like that.
Yeah, it's like a chocolate covered, but it's not like a bitter dark chocolate.
No.
It's more like a
little
milk,
bit of
milk chocolate
with a little cherry on it.
But there's so much like vanilla and caramelized wood sugar flavors in this that comes across like that cream that's in the cordial chocolate covered cherries. Yeah. That's how I'd characterize it.
That's it, folks.
So how would you rate this on a scale
of 1 to 100?
0 to 100.
Okay. Now,
keep in mind, like a D would be like 60s, right, a C would be 70s.
So don't blow me out of the water here.
Okay.
But I'm gonna come on at 88.
Okay.
Pretty dang. An 88 is good for me.
It's solid,
right? Pretty awesome. Now, I think that this is the proof point's perfect for me. All right, that one. Did you say 110?
That was the barrel entry proof. It's 119.
119. Okay.
Yeah.
So right in that 110. My sweet spot's like 110 to 125, like in that range right there. I like to be in the 120s, and this is like a perfect spot for me for that. I love that dark cherry, that little bit of that cherry note. It fits me. It fits me perfect. So I think I'd probably just taste alone, I'm putting it at 88.
All right, I'm going higher than that.
Really?
Yeah. I'm going to go something like 92.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This is up there for me.
Yeah.
This is, I'd maybe even go 93. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
And it's probably just a couple points better for me than last year's, and I love last year's.
I'll say it's better than last year's.
Yeah.
So if I'm at 88 here, I'm more 86 on this, for sure.
So buy or pass at $150 SRP.
I'd buy it. I think I'd have it just as a special pour, just something to have for the holidays specific. It's got a great holiday flavor to me. I could see myself sipping this around Thanksgiving and Christmas with some friends that come over and family. So yeah, I'd pick it up. What about you?
I'm definitely a buy.
Yeah.
I'd buy it and back it up if I got a chance to get a second one.
Awesome.
This is one of those bottles that you meet a Maker's Mark lover, and then you're like, hey, I have something special for you to try, and they lose their minds.
Yeah.
Right? And the other thing is that, Maker's Mark special releases traditionally are sweeter because they're wood finished. And to have access to a bottle like this that has developed all of its flavor 100% in the normal bourbon, making process is pretty phenomenal. So what do you say we give some whiskey away?
I think we should. I mean, the chances a lot of people watching this may not even have a chance to see this on the shelf.
Yeah.
So I think we should give some away and let people try it for themselves and experience the goodness that we have today.
Yeah. So what I'm going to try to do is give 3 1-ounce sample packs away. As you can see, this bottle's getting pretty low.
It's pretty low.
And the bottom of the bottle has like this angle on it, so it's not even flat.
It might be close to 3 ounces in there.
Yeah. So hopefully we got 3 ounces. If not, your 1-ounce sample of the 2023 might be a little below the shoulder, but we'll get everybody some so that you can do this same experiment at home. Yep. So you're going to get the 2023, 2024, and tell them what they have to do to enter to win.
Super easy. I mean, probably the easiest thing you'll do today is to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you ring the bell. The reason you need to ring the bell is because that'll notify you of future episodes, which every episode we do a giveaway like this. So you want to know about the future episodes. Then you're going to go to the description section below, and you'll find the web form that you fill out for the giveaway. We're not going to sell your info. We're not going to spam you with a bunch of crap you don't want. We're just going to use that to run a randomizer. We post the results of that publicly so everyone will know who the winner is, and then we'll send out your samples to you absolutely free.
Yeah, and if you like this content, you want to think about supporting the channel, we do have a Patreon. It's got different levels for all different budgets, and there are a lot of benefits. It's not just a one-way street. We have distillery takeovers and single barrels and in-person meetups and virtual bottle shares and discounts on merch and a lot of other things. So go check out the benefits, see if it's right for you. But we also have the website.
The website's a great spot to go. If you're trying to find some last-minute holiday gifts for people, or if you're just trying to pick up something for that friend that you know loves whiskey but you have no idea what to get them, bourbonrealtalk.com is a great place to go because it's all whiskey merch that was curated by whiskey lovers for whiskey lovers, okay? Yeah. And so you'll find bottle bags, you'll find tasting glasses, you'll find rocks glasses, all kinds of like lanyards, and I mean, there's a ton on there. So go check it out. Pick up something, and you're guaranteed to make that person smile.
And we have a new laser, so there's some customization options out there. You can put your own logo on there. You can put your own Whiskey Club logo. Yeah. Go check all that stuff out.
Sure, absolutely.
And last but not least, I am a residential real estate agent. I operate in the Dallas and Houston metro areas. And if you need an agent, I'd love to interview for the job. And if we close the deal together, I will give you an epic bottle as a closing gift. Yeah. And if this is your first time tuning into the channel, I'd like to let you know why we do all we do. It's not just about the whiskey. It's mostly about community and connection. And that's something that's important to me because I lost a loved one to suicide. And after my brother's passing and talking with his friends, I found out that towards the end of his life, he started to lose a lot of those social connections that keep us bound. And I saw how whiskey was creating those types of social connections. And I thought to myself, maybe if I help to get you connected to whiskey, whiskey will do the rest of the job and get you connected to others. So we started the podcast, and we were looking for opportunities to form community. But a lot of the forums that are out there are filled with some negativity from individuals that we refer to as trolls.
Or buttholes.
Yeah, they're whiskey buttholes.
Yeah.
The bad kind.
The bad ones, not the ones that you want to be friends with.
Yeah, no, they're not good. And so those individuals kind of brought two things to light. One was we need to start our own forum that didn't have the whiskey buttholes in there. And we did. We've got Bourbon Real Talk community. There's 30,000 plus members in there. Lots of great things happening. It's like a kiwi, right? From the outside looking in, you can't understand it. From the inside looking out, you can't explain it. Just go join, figure it out. It's a great place.
I like that.
We were also able to parlay that into a suicide prevention nonprofit called Live Stay Project, all administered inside the Bourbon Real Talk family. But the second thing that those trolls taught us was if they can hate online, we can love online. And that's why we end every episode the same way. And that's this. If you woke up this morning and you're unsure whether or not anyone loved you, just know that we love you. We'll see you next time on Bourbon Real Talk. Cheers.
Christmas, we know that it is tough to buy for the whiskey lover in your life.
It is.
You go on Bourbon Real Talk, there is hundreds of options for you to get for that person in your life who loves whiskey and you're scared, you're worried, you don't know where to start. Well, we're here to help you out. We've got the top 5 items on Bourbon Real Talk that are perfect for the whiskey lover in your life. First off, we're going to start with the American Whiskey Aroma Kit right here. This bad boy right here, when they're nosing a glass, these things will help them train their palates to identify those top scents and fragrances within a whiskey. And it'll make them look like a really cool person in front of their friends.
Yeah, okay? Makes them feel more comfortable about their whiskey journey.
Yep.
Another thing that we have, they may have a lot of glasses, but they probably don't have these glasses.
Right here.
And so the most common whiskey glass out there is a tulip-shaped glass, and that company was not very kind to me last year. And they asked me to stop selling my glasses that they thought were too similar to theirs. And that pushed me into an endeavor to design a glass that was specifically for high-proof American spirits.
And it's better.
And it is way better. There's a money-back guarantee on the website. You could buy this for a whiskey lover in your life. If they try the glass and they don't notice an immediate difference while nosing, we will absolutely give you your money back.
Okay.
What else do we have?
So they have a great nose. They got a great palate. They've already got the glasses. I bet they don't have this. How about a whiskey bottle carrying bag?
Yes.
All right, really nice quality. It fits 3 bottles in this one. We have a
6 bottle.
We got a 6 bottle bag. You could probably fit a couple more in here, but this is designed for 3 bottles. They can show up at their buddy's house. They've already got their whiskey bottles with them. They're opening them up. They're sharing them with friends, and it's a great option as a gift.
There's 2 others that I'm pretty excited about. The first one is my Advent calendar box. So if you're looking to give a gift to a whiskey friend, you probably can't go out and find Pappy Van Winkle and give him a bottle of that because it's so impossible to find. But you might have some nice bottles that you'd want to give them samples of, and you can build a 25-day experience for somebody in your life. This box holds 25 1-ounce samples and 2 small sample glasses, and all the half-size glasses that are on the market that I'm aware of all fit in these spaces, including my glasses, the glasses from that company that shall not be named, Perfect Dram, and several others. They all fit side in here. And so this is a great option, although we may be running out of time on this. But
what do we have?
We have another option for you. This makes an excellent gift as well. This is our 6 1-ounce sample pack. And so this could allow you to give sample packs to several of your buddies, maybe people that are just getting into the whiskey game, or somebody who doesn't have a collection quite as large as yours. This would work for that. It has a space for 1 tasting glass, 6 1-ounce samples, and for both of these options, we have customization. So you can put a custom message on here through laser etching. You could put your logo, your company logo. These could be corporate gifts, whatever you want to do. All of these things can be picked up at bourbonrealtalk.com. So check it out.